cuff, get your tits sucked. In my makeup, face fuck, get your bake up. Fake blood, fake tough, niggas dick suck. Get your six up for the motherfucking princess. Rates up, jigs up, put your dicks up. Get your dicks up, put your motherfucking sticks up. They suck, that's tough, nigga, pay up. Put your rates up for the motherfucking princess.
Welcome back.
Woo! And I promise y'all this episode gonna make it out. Because we got about 2 episodes in the chamber. But that's good. It's okay because you never know when you might have to, put something out. And it's been a lot going on, y'all. I had to get ready for my vacation. I had to go on my vacation. I'm back from vacation now. And now a work trip came up today. So I'm going out of town in October.
Okay.
So actually, I'm really excited about it because I got accepted into this program. It's a mentoring program at my company. Like at the whole company is not just for the campus sector. And it's a 6-month program pretty much where they match you with a mentor who's been at the company 10 or more years and just kind of helps you navigate through different things and just, like a mentorship. But the cool part is that they have a launch. They always have a launch kickoff program. And it's like a 2-day thing, and it's in Miami. So your girl going to Miami, all expenses paid. Okay.
I love this.
So yes, sometimes work be getting on my nerves, but the good thing about working for corporations is like there's other levels, there's other parts, there's other sectors, and you always have it's networking. So if you don't like where you at right now, go meet some other people at another part of your company, and you maybe can move over there. So you don't have to stay exactly where you at, especially if you actually like the company. So
I love that, and you've been working hard, and you deserve it. You deserve it.
Right. What did they say? She work hard for the money. She work hard for the money.
Yes. Okay.
That's how I feel. Okay. So
the way that
I'm excited.
Going, I feel like that's the least you can do.
No, but honestly, because it's like you won't let me work from home. You don't even give me a full week off for Christmas, even though the school is fucking closed and everybody is off. I mean, people take all the time off. You might as well give people the week off.
Yeah.
We barely get holidays. It's just y'all have me doing everything from A to Z and 1 to 100. So I'm finna go to Miami on y'all dime. And I booked my flight with Delta.
As you should.
And I have me a king-size bedroom at the Sheraton.
As you should. Period.
So, and that's why I also booked it for 2 nights because, see, the program is really only like 1 day. But see, what y'all not finna do is have me try. The program is from 8 to 3:30. I'm not finna take no evening flight, be rushing from my program to the airport to catch a flight. No, I'll just take me an early morning flight the next day. So, nice day.
I would have expected that.
I don't know, but I wasn't finna ask no questions. I said, let me just book this flight for the next day at 6 a.m.
That's crazy.
I'm not leaving the program at 3:30 to rush to try to get to the airport.
I mean, really,
go through TSA and all of that.
Really, you damn near need 2 because you're gonna fly in the same morning of.
No, I'm flying in that evening before because they're gonna have like a little evening mixer at like 6.
Okay,
so I'm gonna fly in that morning and I'm gonna get in like at 1 o'clock.
Okay, good.
So I have some time to like do a little bit exploring before the little mixer, and then the next day after I get done with the program, I have time to go do a little something too, little 1, 2, 1, 2. So
I like that. I love a solo trip. That's good.
Because the Lord knew. See, this is what I need. Let me take my glasses off. Let me tell you something about my Lord. Sometimes you don't have to. The mind is a powerful thing. Sometimes you don't even have to speak stuff. He know what's on your heart, and he knew after the. I mean, I just came from vacation. Don't get me wrong. But it's something different about when you are able to go on trips that you kind of can put your hands on. Okay.
Sometimes you need a vacation from the vacation.
Oh, that need to be the title of the episode, a vacation from the vacation. Let me write that down right now so I don't forget. A vacation, because
I know how you feel. Yeah,
he knew what was on my heart, y'all.
How you feel? Sometimes you need a woosah moment.
Because like it's not that the vacation wasn't good. And shout out to my boo. Her birthday was last week. happy belated to her. But, you know, and I don't know if this is a female thing because I don't really get this from men a lot of times where they be like, it's my birthday. I want to do, my birthday. It's my birthday. But, woo! If I had to hear that one more time, and I don't know, maybe that's how y'all feel during February. So let me calm down. I'm sure y'all probably be like, February, I don't nobody give a fuck. You right, y'all probably don't. But it's different when it's like smack dab here in your
Somebody's
face.
doing it to you, yeah.
Yes, especially when you've already like done things, so it's kind of like you don't got to tell me, like I know, cause we here. So
I think, well, that ain't why I'm not like a huge birthday person. I feel like I'm just like not like I'm cool if we go somewhere. It don't have to be like all about me. I'm just cool to be on vacation. You know what I'm saying? Like
right,
I'm just happy to be out of town. So I don't be tripping off stuff like that. But people who do that do get on my nerves. Cause I told you the incident I had earlier this year with somebody, and when it's their birthday, they be acting like, oh, I don't want to drive, and I don't want to do nothing. Like I don't want to be responsible, and it's like that's cool, but it would be cooler because we grown. You see what I'm saying? So we're not in college no more, where it's like, I can just drag you from the frat party to the dorm room. When we was younger, sometimes the behavior is more acceptable because when it's my birthday, I'm gonna be told to fuck up too. But when we grown, baby, I ain't got time for that. You lucky I'm out. I'm finna go to sleep in here. Why you talking about?
And don't expect me to be out past 12 o'clock. I want to get in the bed. Vacation means I want to rest. I don't want to be up and out all day and night. Okay.
And I'm okay if like we go out, and we stay out late. Okay, fine. I just like people to be responsible for themselves. Cause I'm not gonna be out and then like require people to take care of me. You see what I'm saying? That's what I don't
experienced that. Thank you, Jesus. Because that would have sent me over the edge.
That's what I don't like.
But it was more of and I think we've talked about this on the show before, where we've said like, because this is a cultural thing, where we've been like, release Black people from the shackles of feeling like they gotta go somewhere and cook and feel like they gotta no, it's vacation. Like nobody wants to come on vacation and wash a dish. I don't want to scrub a pot.
I'm trying to think. I don't know anybody who does that like all the time though. I can see, like, if you in the Airbnb, then you get more options. You might want to do that, or you go get you some little snacks and shit while you sitting around the house when y'all get there at night. But like the only time I have really been somewhere and we like really cook is when we went to the beach and we got like a house with my family and everything, and it's like we got all the kids and stuff, so we cooked one night, and then we went to the cabins. We cook breakfast every day. And, because again, his family, they had all the kids and, everybody. So it was just kind of
like for large groups.
Yeah, it was just like, it was easier to do it like that instead of trying to go out somewhere and it's already crowded and you got 38 people.
See, and that makes sense. Like when I'm going on my family reunions and all of that type of stuff, we might, cook and do that. But I feel like when it's two people, like it's vacation vibes, I would rather us just like not do nothing. Like I don't know. And maybe that's me because I don't like to cook and I don't like to clean. So that don't mean I'm nasty. I just don't like to do unnecessary cleaning. Like if I don't have
not when you're out on vacation. I get that.
Right. And that was just the only thing for me was that like I know you want to cook, but like you don't have to cook.
But, no, I'm trying to think. When I went to the cabins for my birthday, not this past year, but last year, we cooked the first night. We like grilled and everything. And then I want to say, but everybody, bought their own food, and pretty much everybody cooked their own food. Okay. And then if they had wanted like breakfast food. They gotta cook their own food.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't think me and Thomas really did. We just kind of like had some stuff to eat on. But we was always going out to eat while we was there anyway. So it's like, well, we ain't got to get up and cook breakfast and then go eat breakfast. You know,
right?
Like if that's what they wanted, because you know sometimes for Black people we be talking about we going to breakfast, we don't get out to noon.
Right.
You know,
so now breakfast is brunch.
Yeah. So like if you felt like you wanted to eat, like y'all got up early, and some people did get up and cook.
We wasn't getting up until like 11 and 12.
Right, because we was up so late, you know, the night before. We was like playing games and, you know, just shooting the shit. So ain't nobody really wake up super early, but to each his own, child. Look,
like I said, it was a wonderful time. I enjoyed my time. I needed the time off work. It did rain a lot. That was a big damper too, but it was it's hurricane season, so it rained all day Wednesday on our drive down there, and then it rained like Thursday morning, but then it was sunny the rest of the day, and then Friday it rained in the morning, it was sunny the rest of the day, and then Saturday was the only day it didn't rain. But
at least when you're on the beach, it's tropical, so it don't rain a long time.
Right. So it was still a vibe. It was still cool. It was still a good time. She said she enjoyed it, and that was the purpose. I wanted, her to feel celebrated and appreciated for her birthday. So that's pretty much what I've been up to. But I'm excited about Miami.
I'm excited for you, for real. That's amazing.
Right. But what about you? How's life? How are you?
Everything's good. I'm just, maintaining. I don't know. I guess at some point I'll just say it on here or whatever. But I'm pregnant. Yay!
Not at some point I say it and then you said it like that.
I'm pregnant. Okay. So like everything's good. I'm just kind of like adjusting and like just figuring everything out, taking it day by day. Obviously, it's my first child, so it's very new to me, and I'm just kind of like trying to adjust to how I feel, and just still telling everybody. I still haven't technically told all of my family, just like my close family. So unless my mom and them done told people, and I highly doubt it because my mama rather die. My daddy probably done told some people. But,
well, that's good. At least that's good because a lot of people be having messy mamas and they get on the hotline and start calling people.
No, my mama's not that one, and she the kind of woman. Well, if you was to ask her that, she'd be like, "Why the fuck you asking me that?" See, now you finna get cussed out because you in my business. Yeah. So when you got a rider, I ain't got to worry about that.
That's good. That's good.
But yeah, everything else is like fine. I'm healthy. The baby's fine. But I have an appointment this week, but by possibly end of next week, I should know what the gender is. My mama will know because I'm not gonna find out until we have the gender reveal. That's probably be sometime next month. So yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much how everything is going. Life been life and child, but we living it.
Taking it each day. Because I definitely, before I went to Florida, I was like, I'm finna lose my mind. Like, if I was not going on that trip, if I had to work one more week, I probably would have lost my shit on somebody. So
yeah, I mean, this kind of a time where it's like I'm kind of. I mean, not just my body, obviously, but I'm just going through a lot of changes. That's why I'm here recording in my room at home because my office at work, my boss decided to move out of the office. And so, and it's not like, a mean thing, but the people who own the building was going up on the rent and he just thought it was too expensive. It was too expensive if I'm just keeping it a book. I really don't blame him. It just sucks that like now I've kind of lost the recording space. But just like everything else, child, we'll figure it out. Because
it ain't the first curveball we didn't got and had to bounce back from.
It's not. But having that office was a tremendous blessing. So, just living in a space of gratitude, I'm really, really grateful that he even allowed us to do that. We took our pictures in there.
Yeah, we did a lot over there. Because if we didn't have that space, we probably, because that was where we went after the situation happened.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
so well, I'm grateful. Tell him, I'm grateful. We need to give him a little
yes,
token of appreciation because it definitely helped us, transition into being our own bosses and having our own
yes,
stuff and controlling our content and everything else. So yeah.
yeah, absolutely. We did our pictures, and then my mother took headshots in there.
Mm-hmm.
So that space really blessed us a lot. So I know if we
Mm-hmm.
had that then, I can't wait for what we'll have in the future.
Right.
So
So
yeah,
yeah.
that's it.
Now we mobile. We can do Black Bougie Bout It from anywhere and everywhere in the world, baby.
Period. Period. Speaking of doing it anywhere and everywhere.
Ooh!
Mm-hmm.
Or
Uh-huh.
should I say, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Michelle, wherever you are, we want
Michelle,
to hear from
Michelle.
you. That's my Michelle. That's my Michelle.
Ooh,
Michelle, I want
please.
you to come out. I want you to speak up because we need to know what we need to know now. What's going? We know what was going on, but was it worth it? Huh?
So, a lot
Was
of
it
people
worth
said
all that
Michelle was
hollering
putting
you
on an
was doing?
act. A lot of people said Michelle was putting on an act that it probably wasn't even really hitting like that. But I don't know.
I don't know because
I don't know. Okay,
I
because see,
don't
the thing about
know.
Shannon Sharpe is like, do I think he's all there? No. I definitely think he's a backwoods country ass nigga who just happened to make it to the NFL. And, he's been given an opportunity and a platform to talk.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you something now. I'm in a loving and happy relationship with a woman. Okay. But in my past, I have been with a few country Negroes. Okay. And let me tell you something. I'm just saying. So I don't know if Uncle Shay Shay got that or not, cause I don't know Uncle Shay Shay. But I would not be surprised if Uncle Shay Shay might have been working with a baby arm. He might.
You know what? It's kind of giving that. But you know what? Just because you got the baby on don't mean you know what to do with it. So that is
I knew he knew what to do with it when I heard that slap. Okay, that slap let
yeah.
me know this wasn't his first rodeo, and neither was it Michelle's. Okay,
Okay, so she was calling him Papa.
right. This was not the first encounter. This was not their first meetup. Okay.
I know that's right. But you know what? Okay, because on Twitter they kind of had it like separated into two clips.
Mm-hmm.
So the first clip sounded like she was giving him head. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It was definitely like
like the first clip, it sounded like she said,
and let me go to work. And let me go to work.
That's when he was like, that my Michelle. That you know what I like.
Because even in the video, he said, okay, now I'm gonna put that in you. I'm gonna put it in you.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I see she all right. Was you like surprised by this? Because when I first heard or when I first like got on Instagram and I saw what they was talking about, I was like, no, he ain't did that. And when I heard the video, like the audio, I was like, oh, he did
First
that.
of all, what made me mad was that he lied. He tried to lie to us at first. Like the fact that he even had the nerve to put, "Oh, I was hacked." Negro, she said your name.
Yeah, but you
like
know,
she said your name
on the on his show or whatever. What's him and Ocho's
Nightcap.
Yeah, he said.
Or somebody said the nightclap.
You guys are creative. But he said that he didn't put that out. His PR guy put that out because the PR guy is actually the one that ended the video. Because he was,
he shouldn't have put that out, PR guy. We knew it was Uncle Shay Shay.
Because he was trying to call him. If you listen in the video, his phone, somebody's phone vibrating like hell. Over again. Yeah. So he said, I guess, when they got done and he looked at his phone and he had so many missed calls and all of this. He asked him, he's like, what's up? What's going on? He was like, bro, you was on live. And he like, on live doing what? And he was like, it sounds like you're having sex. And he was like, oh my God. So his
a lot of people said they think it was a setup. They think, because how do you accidentally go on Instagram Live?
I ain't gonna lie, I thought the same thing, because even at my job, we have gone live with Ty so many times, and it's not like it's like a 1, 2, 3 process. So it's not like you just hit like go live.
Right. It's not like you hitting the messages app on your phone or you butt dial somebody or something like. And you know the streets, because you know I keep my ear to the streets. I like a little mess. The streets is saying that Uncle Shay Shay really set this rendezvous up because the people have been saying that he may have been playing, you know, for his own team.
Right, they've been saying that.
So they say Uncle Shay Shay kind of set this up so that they could stop talking about him.
I think if he did do that, I think that's weird. You know what I'm saying? If he set it up, that kind of gives me that you gay, because you wouldn't have had to prove it. If you like, men who not gay don't have to prove to anybody they not gay. They just live their life not gay. But you going through so many hoops and doing all of this to try to like let people see you with women feels gay.
Yeah, it's definitely giving it's giving beard, lavender marriage vibes.
Yeah, like you didn't have to do that. You could have just lived in your truth. You know what I'm saying?
And then you know, Dr. Umar said it was the snow bunny who set it up, because they saying Michelle is a snow bunny.
She don't sound like a snow bunny though.
She didn't sound like a snow bunny to me. Now she did not necessarily sound black either. She sounded like she might have been, you know, Latino, Hispanic.
Yeah, I can see person of color.
Yeah, definitely a person of color, but it wasn't giving sister.
I guess that when she said, I don't know. I feel like I didn't get white vibes though. I didn't
when
get
she
white
said the papa, that was kind of like, because I don't feel like black women is saying papa. Now maybe papi,
right? But she didn't say it.
Right. I don't know. I just
it kind of was giving me that it was somebody younger, and she called him Papa. You know what I'm saying? Like it kind of was giving me those kind of vibes. Like she's just younger than him, and since he's the older man. You know.
Every time I hear Papa, I think of Stranger Things, because that's what that little girl be calling her daddy. That's what she called the little sheriff man. Or her dad, whatever. Y'all who watch Stranger Things know what I'm talking about. 11 always call that man Papa. She be like, Papa, I did something bad. Papa. And that's all I thought about when I heard that lady call Shannon Sharpe Papa. But I don't know. I don't know if Uncle Shay Shay set that up on purpose or not, but it sounded good. It sounded good.
It always work out well for the man in situations like that. But if we knew who the woman was, I'm glad we don't
Michelle
know
up. Right.
And that's why I say on here, when y'all be trying to slut walk all the damn time, you do that shit if you want to. You'll never be able to outlive it.
Michelle got her meat and probably got a little bag, and she keeping hush. Okay. She said, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Okay. She at work. They say, Michelle, is that you? She like,
who is that? Because the only people who probably know is her little friends in them.
Right. And she got them on lock too, because they ain't saying nothing either.
Nobody said nothing.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Speaking of on lock. Woo! Woo! They ain't letting them out. Oh.
I'm so not surprised by this. I actually, after the Dawn thing and like, I don't know, whatever, I felt like, ooh, we finna hear more about this nigga soon. So if you haven't heard, Diddy was arrested by the feds yesterday. Well, Monday, which if you guys are watching this whenever, but Monday on the 16th.
Yeah, because we're recording this on the 17th. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let me see, because I saw he was indicted on charges. It was like racketeering,
Sex
prostitution,
trafficking,
what is
racketeering
it?
conspiracy.
Drug something.
He was indicted on notes from the 2016 video from Cassie. From that.
Are you how you feel about it? Because I feel like, just like we've talked about on here before, I feel like we because he's such a prominent like black figure, very successful. I feel like it's very like mixed emotions when it comes to stuff like this. How you feel?
I think with him, because at this point, this has been a very long process. I feel like we've been dealing with this or hearing about this Diddy situation for a while now. So it's been like a slow burn, a very slow burn. So now I'm not surprised. And now some of that like legend and icon dust has wore off for me. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not as hung up on the conversation of, but all that he's done. Because I'm like, at this point, like, we didn't seen it all. Like, we didn't seen the video. We didn't, the feds didn't, he's all these accusations. It's just, and now this. So it's kind of like, at this point, we don't even need to be even having, I feel it's like the same way I feel about the R. Kelly conversation. It's like, we need to stop really talking about, like, but R. Kelly's done something. Okay, but at the end of the day, he's a pedophile. And that supersedes all the rest of the stuff. So I'm not surprised. But what I was surprised is, and I know this is me being messy, was that, Quincy is Al B. Shore's son, but Quincy and Al B. Shore ain't been together since I don't know when. I mean, since when Kim got with Diddy, Diddy adopted Quincy. But I found it very interesting that the same day I saw Diddy getting indicted, I saw a picture of Quincy and Al B. Shore at the White House at whatever the little Black Excellence brunch they had over the weekend. I said, even Quincy said, I need to run for the hills.
It seems like they relationship been stronger though since he's been an adult. Like I see him kind of like in and out his life now since he become an adult. But he was at Diddy's because they had a picture of Christian and him at the like arraignment or whatever they had today, because they actually, I think the judge like denied him
bail
or whatever, so he's gonna be detained until his trial, whenever that is. But I'm just gonna rewind real quick and say what the charges are. He has look like 3 racketeering, and that has a maximum sentence of life in prison. Sex trafficking, it has a maximum of life in prison, a minimum of 15 years. And then 3 transportation, 4 prostitution, and that has a maximum of 10 years in prison. So
he at bare minimum is gonna do life or at least 25 years.
Yeah. Because when the feds pick you up and when they've taken this long, they don't really prosecute cases that aren't winning cases. You have to think of it like that too.
Right.
So
these are the same people that got Young Thug in prison right now. Like when they do these type of cases, it literally says the U.S. government versus whoever. It's not, a person. It's not, it's the entire United States against Sean Combs. So this ain't this is not nothing to play with, and this is just the beginning, because since his indictment, I read an article where 3 label heads or 3 like major label people have stepped down. So I'm like, I wonder, that mean they feel like something is a brewing in the water, and they like, look, let me go ahead.
All this, his attorney had released a statement, and he said that we could tell an indictment was coming in the fall. From our meetings with the prosecutors chiefs, my client flew to New York, and I told the prosecutors that I would like to have given him the opportunity to turn himself in. So, I guess they was trying to still keep some of his like dignity intact instead of like coming in to get him or like have place raided or whatever, like they did, earlier this year. But I guess ain't none of that shit happened. And then it says that the assistant United States attorney says that Diddy had what appeared to be narcotics found in his hotel before being taken into federal custody too. So they even found him with drugs. I mean,
and some
at
of
this
the stuff
point,
that I heard and read is insane. Like, so I know a couple episodes ago we talked about the movie Blink Twice, and I don't know if you ever watched it.
I hadn't seen it.
Okay.
No,
No, it's cool, but I'm about to spoil it only because when I read some of that court stuff, it sounded just like that movie. So, like in Diddy's court documents, these freak off events and stuff, it says that he like hired sex workers and then like took his victims to either hotels and sometimes other countries and different stuff, and then would drug them for days on to keep them compliant with all the different harassment and sexual assault and different things that was going on. And then when it was done, would like give them IVs and different things to recuperate. Well, in the movie Blink Twice, and again, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but it's been out for a long time now. So in the movie, Channing Tatum's character is like this multi-billionaire, tech guy. And the kicker, the whole movie, you see he brings these random people to his island that he owns, and they seem like they're having a good time. They're smoking weed all day. They're drinking. They're eating the finest food. But the women keep waking up every day with bruises that they don't remember how they got, dirt underneath their fingernails, like just stuff like they can't remember how it happened. Well, one of the girls, the lead character, she starts to kind of like get her memory back when one of her best friends goes missing, and everybody's like, what friend? What friend? She's like, the girl who's been with us the whole fucking time. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Fast forward, come to find out, Channing Tatum's character invented some type of like spray and like chemical that you could ingest and spray on that would make you forget. And what they were doing was like making the women forget that they were getting sexually assaulted every day. So the men that were on the island would like, they would spend the day having fun partying, and then at night they'd be tying them up, like doing some sadistic ass shit, like hog tying them and chasing them around, like having sex with them, tying them to trees and shit, like all types of like crazy ass shit. And so when I read that stuff about Diddy, I'm like, this shit is a little bit too art imitating life right now. And Zoe Kravitz made that movie. So I'm like, was Zoe trying to tell us something? Because this is sounding very much so like exactly what Diddy was doing, drugging them up all damn day, making them, compliant, and then gonna give them a little something to recover afterwards and send them on their way.
I can only imagine, what she's experienced being in the industry, what she has probably gotten, propositioned to do or invited to do, or just like you think you at a normal party and then, you end up walking in on some shit like that. So also, if you notice, they kind of haven't been talking about that movie. And anytime I feel like, it be some shit in a movie, like a warning or like a something, the movie don't get no like publicity like that. I have seen a few like they did like the GQ things, on YouTube.
Right.
And it's like the magazines will be interviewing you and you'll be playing the game or whatever.
Oh yeah, like the variety and all of that stuff. Yeah.
They do some of those interviews, but it's always kind of like they're talking about the movie, but they're really just focusing on the fact that her and Shannon are dating.
Right.
So they're not like really so I have noticed that, even though I haven't seen it, but I plan to. But I can only imagine if he's doing stuff like what he doing. I can only imagine like what Jeffrey Epstein and them was doing, and they was,
that's what I'm saying,
trafficking kids or all these other like crazy like little things or whatever. And there's this guy, he's like one of those like big YouTubers or whatever, but it's a white guy. Sorry, I don't remember his name. I just kind of saw like a little random video. But he was basically talking about a time that when him and his friend first like moved to LA. And it was kind of like when people was really like popping out, like the whole influencer thing was really like becoming a thing or whatever. But him and his friend, they moved to LA. and they kind of had some okay followings, but you know, they was just kind of like growing. And they was in like a community of people, like they knew other influencers that was like really up and coming. And they got like invited to this like very upscale party by this guy who was supposed to be like a talent agent. And when the guy invited them to the party, he told them about it, but he never got any information from them, you know, never exchanged numbers with them, nothing. But they got like an invitation in the mail at their house where they live, like at their apartment. And so they was like, okay, that's weird. And then when they got the invitation, it was like, you know, on some weird shit, like, you know, it's a night to remember and shit. It was a lot of like, you know, code words and shit. And so he ended up telling one of his friends that kind of like used to be in the scene, and his friend was like, don't go to that shit. I'm trying to, you're gonna do what you want to do, but don't go to that shit. Him and his friends went anyway, and it ended up being like this like weird ass party. And basically he just described it as like it was a bunch of celebrities there, just like people use like, you know, big ass name celebrities, but it was also like a bunch of like popular influencers and stuff. And throughout the whole night, they had them like going in different rooms or whatever. And it's like with each room, it was almost kind of like a 7 deadly sins type thing. So it's like each room had like a different theme, and each room was like a different color. And so he was like, as the party went on, like everybody's like behavior was changing. So it went from like everybody being like super nice and like, you know, introducing themselves, to like in one room everybody was like having sex with each other. And then in one room they was like eating all this food, but it was like a gluttonous, like they was like eating, like biting it off and like spitting it out and stuff.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, like crazy. And in the next room, they was like going around like insulting each other and like almost like arguing with each other and like almost getting a fight. And it was just like it just progressively got worse every room. And then in the last room that they were in, they had to like go up, and they had this table, and it had like a Bible and a Quran and just like whatever your religion was, it had like the book on the table. And that you had to go up and tell them like, you know, what book you, I guess like what religion you were. And then you had to say like, I'm God, like I am God, you know, there's no other God above me, or something like that. Something weird. Basically it's like you was denouncing your religion. And so when the people before him went, he was hearing it, and he was telling his friend, hey, I'm probably finna go.
I think my Uber on the way.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like we good now. The party was cool. And when his friend was like, no, like it's fine, they just playing, you know, whatever. So his friend was like, I'm gonna go first to show you, like it's just a game, like whatever. So his friend went first, and he went like to the next room. But he got out of the line. He wouldn't say it. And when he didn't say it, it's like everybody in the room was like, the debt was not paid. The debt was not paid. And like they kept like chanting that or whatever. And he left out. And so when he left out of the room, they just like put him out the house. And he was like walking around, and he saw like through a window what they was making his friends and like everybody else do. And he would never say on the video what they was doing. That annoys the fuck out of me. But he was just like, they were doing grotesque things and like crazy things, and I'm witnessing these people like abuse my friend and like do all these sexual things to him and blah blah blah. And so by then somebody had like, I guess, saw him, and so they had a car take him home. And the next day he saw his friend at the apartment, and he was like, nigga, what the fuck was that? Like,
right.
And his friend was like, what? Like, huh? And so he was like, when they put me out, I saw what they did to you. And he was like, his friend like froze, and he was like, you saw what? And he was just kind of like, you know, you ain't see shit. Like he got mad at him, like, or whatever. And basically he thinks like his friend told them that he saw it, because he thinks they were trying to like intimidate him into not saying anything, and like somebody broke into his apartment and just
Oh wow.
like all these random things happened to him, and like he basically ended up leaving LA and like basically stopped being an influencer. And he eventually got back on YouTube, but he doesn't do anything like what he used to do. He do something else now.
Oh
So yeah,
wow.
people was
I wish
like,
I knew who it was, the name.
I don't even. I had to find the video and I'll send it to
Okay.
you. Or
Okay.
and I guess I'll link it below. But we buying that up over here, okay?
Yeah, I ain't trying
We
to do
buying
that.
it up. I don't know if it's real or not, so we buying that up. But
Mm-mm.
that's what he said. So even when we was talking about it last time, like after we talked about it, I saw that video and it made me think about that. Because I'm like, wow. And he basically was saying, like, that's how some of these people be getting put on and they just blow up so fast because they have this, like, machine of people behind them and all of these executives. And they are basically, like, so intertwined because they share this, like, secret. And they're in this, like, society of people and they don't want their shit to come out. So they kind of like do what they supposed to do and everybody just fall in line. And so I don't know. I just feel like if you have to, set aside your morals, your health, your well-being in order to have something that is tangible things that you can't take to the grave with you, then I feel like you're not at the right place. And that's easier said than done when you've been wanting something or like when you don't have no money or you've been struggling and then these people offer you like opportunities of a lifetime, but Jesus already paid it all.
Right. And if you believe in God, then you know your blessing is on the way and what's yours is yours. And you also know that God wouldn't be having you do certain things to get certain things. So that's when your conviction got to be real strong.
Real strong. And it's almost like, why would I go steal a phone when I got a phone? If Jesus already paid it all and it's already yours, why I need to be tied the hell up and humiliated by people I don't damn know?
Right.
Hell no.
Or even
No.
just doing dumb shit. Because like even in the movie Blink Twice, the girl before she knew that she knew the guy, she had when she first met him, she didn't know him. Like she didn't know that she knew him because he had already made her forget the first time, like a year ago when she met him. But when she met him, she was like, "Oh my gosh, that's a celebrity. He's so and so." And he was like, "Hey, do y'all want to come on my jet with me to my private island?" And they just got on the jet. First of all, I don't care who you are, how famous you are. I ain't finna just meet you today and go to no private ass island nowhere with you. That sounds where I don't have access to a phone, to a computer, to a nothing. Why would you do that?
People are so enamored by like celebrity. I'm sure even these women with Diddy, like you just think to yourself, oh, I could be, like Cassie and she looks happy and she's at the Met and she's, got all this money and maybe that'll happen for me. Like you just have, I feel like people have all of these like things in their mind, or at least at the least they'll have a story to tell. That, oh, I was with him and I got to be on the
Some
jet.
stories I don't want to tell.
But it's like, look, you just don't know what you're getting yourself into. You don't know what these people into. This nigga had more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. Okay, listen.
Even my mama said everything got an expiration date. Why do you got so much? Oh my God.
He said him could nothing about no expiration date, baby. It need to be slippery in here.
That or it's all gonna get used before the damn expiration date.
Exactly.
And that's the sick part.
And that's crazy. Yeah, I I don't feel bad for Diddy. I never feel bad for any of these people. I can't say I'll never listen to no Diddy music again. I'm just gonna keep it a buck on here because at this point it's hard to do. If that's the case,
No.
you can't listen to Mary J. You can't listen to Biggie. You
I
can't
was
listen to.
in my car and Diddy Dirty Money, the song Hello Good Morning when Nikki came on, and I was like, oh,
I'm singing.
I just fast forwarded to Nikki part. I skipped all the rest and did Nikki
I
part.
I feel like at some we're gonna have to start like othering these things because even with the Weinstein Company, how many movies have they made that we would
Right.
never watch again? Or
Right.
just things like that. Like two things can be true at once. That's where I've
Mhm.
gone with it because they've made too much like media, too many things for you to even really like get past it. And a lot of that music is like essential to your life. Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna still be listening to Faith Evans. I'm gonna
Right.
still be listening to 112. I'm gonna still like how
What's
can
the
I'm
other group? Total, Pam and them.
total
Can't you see?
Carl
It's
Thomas,
something in me. Oh, I
hell,
love Carl.
even Joe at a certain point.
Carl
Like
Thomas. I forgot about Carl.
yes. So it's like, child, and then he's written for so many people and like produced, and it's hard.
Yeah,
You
because Danity
can't get
Kane. That
away
mean
from
we
the
couldn't
art.
listen to Danity Kane. That mean we couldn't listen to Day 26. I
Yeah.
mean, the
So
list goes on and on and on.
yeah. So it's like, at some point we're gonna have to just get past that because it kind of is what it is. But I don't have any sympathy or empathy for him and everything that he's going through. I feel like he humiliated a lot of people and he
Mm-hmm.
getting exactly what he deserved. I don't think he deserved to go out with any dignity because you didn't even give that to them.
At
You know what I'm
all.
saying? So I feel
Mm-mm.
the same way about R. Kelly. I think it's sad that because I do at a certain point, I do think they target black people when it comes to stuff like this. Because I
Mm-hmm.
feel like even though it's wrong and they deserve to be, held accountable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry if y'all can hit it because everybody granddaddy had to be riding their motorcycle with the music on. But but like I feel like it's so many other white people that's doing worse. Like look how
Probably.
long it took Jeffrey Epstein and like Ghislaine Maxwell to get what they damn deserve. Or
Yeah.
Trump running for fucking president again. Like
And he on indictment number what? 85?
you know what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like they could be doing so much more. They choose to
Yeah.
hone in on specific people. Not that they don't deserve to get what they get, but I just feel like it is strategic how they choose
Well,
to
our justice
go
system is
after folks.
targeted, set up to target black people in general. So it
It
isn't
is.
surprising that this stuff,
It's not.
but everybody deserves to go to jail. So P. Diddy got to eat his piece of the pie too.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of pies, not that in the next topic has anything to do with pies,
To do it.
but besides these people are also having to eat pie because they went on a specific podcast, which I don't. Okay, so
Humble
I mean, I
pie.
have my opinions on them going on this podcast anyway, and his podcast, but I'm sure you all know about the Shits and Gigs podcast controversy of them going on Andrew Schultz podcast, and then Andrew Schultz making the comment or asking them, what type of women they date, and then they say they like all women, and he's like, oh yeah, all women, because y'all date them black girls and y'all they so difficult and they argue all the time, you lose your hair. And they cackled and thought it was a good joke and all of that. And when the internet saw this, they were in an uproar. All the black women were like, I can't believe them. I was a supporter. The fact that they would sit there and, but also this lets me know that a lot of y'all don't pay attention because Andrew Schultz been doing shit like that. And he been sitting up there doing that shit with like people like Charlemagne and other black people. It's a part of his like shtick. He talks about everybody. He makes fun of Jewish people. He talk about black people. He talk about everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, okay. First, his little shit started because they was talking about the black girlfriend effect. I had like the black girlfriend effect on white men, and they
right.
basically explained to him like, oh no, like when you see some of these dudes like they start dating a black girl, they get an edge up and like they grow a
Right.
beard and shit. And he was like, yeah, they get a lineup because their fucking hair is coming out because black women complain all the time. and they was weak as fuck.
They
Was
was
mad.
cackling. They
They
was
was
cackling. They did cackle. They did cackle. They cackled.
baby. I was like, oh, but it don't surprise me because they're like from London, right? Aren't they British?
But also, I feel like majority of, and I don't even think it has nothing to do with them being British. Most black niggas will sit up and probably laugh at that shit. I don't think that had
Yeah.
anything to do with them being from London. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like that's how a lot of men carry themselves, like specifically
Mm-hmm.
black men. They just be like, look, he ain't talk about my bitch, so I ain't finna say nothing, you know? He ain't talking
Mm-hmm.
about what I got going on, so, you know, I ain't, you know, I ain't finna say nothing
I
about it. I ain't
kind
gonna
of,
say nothing.
when it comes to stuff like this, I feel like it says a lot to me that you even said yes to go on the show. You know what I mean? Like just as a whole, like it says a lot to me that you would even go on the show. And then the fact that when he said that y'all falling over each other and shit, when he ain't really that fucking funny. That says so much about your character because you could have been like, hey, nah, bro. Y'all be looking a damn fool. It looked like when they start dating black girls, y'all start taking baths. That's what it looked like.
You find a wash rag.
Right, because you look musty right now. Girl, please. And that little weak ass apology video. Yeah, because
That apology was so weak.
some people and
And when you're put in that type of situation, you know, you are caught off guard and you don't know
we were
what to
just waiting
say.
for it to be over. Like we were just like, oh my god, get on with it. We
And we
have to
told
go
him
on.
move on several times. Move on.
When?
Cause I ain't hear it in the clip. I ain't watched the whole episode, but I sure as hell did. And really, who they need to be mad at is Andrew Schultz and his team because they knew exactly what the fuck that they was doing when they cut that clip up like that and they put it out. So this is what happens when you go and get on platforms that aren't
That's
made
true.
for you. They will
That's true.
violate you and make a mockery of you. And now shits and gigs. Not only have you been made to look crazy as hell, your platform and everything else that you've been working so hard for is at risk because you went on Andrew Show's podcast.
Yeah, and then when you think about it, who's your audience? Your audience is not even really white people like that. You know, like your audience is men and a lot of black women because they found you cute. You know what I'm saying? And because
And we gonna be real.
yeah, and that's it. You know, we love a hee hee and a ha ha and a kiki. You know what I'm saying? But I took my little follow right on back. No, it's so many clown niggas in this world. I just at this time in my
And it
life,
usually be the ones that look just like that, but y'all
it's
don't
all
already know. That's a
yeah, the
conversation y'all
ones
don't like
that ain't.
having.
You know what? And I bring up Kennedy Johnson on this podcast all the time, and that's because she always say something that need to be brought up. My good sis, hello. I was watching her last vlog, and she be going live on TikTok all the time. And she said something that we say on here, or like me and you talk amongst ourselves about, rather. And she was like, "What bothers me is women look past a lot of like physical things on men. Like, okay, the nigga, he not as
He
tall
not
as I
as
want him to
tall,
be.
right? He not as tall as I want him to be.
And the nigga kind of need braces, but hell, so do I. You know, okay, fine. He losing his hair a little bit. Maybe we give him some oil. We get him a little oil. You know, we work on things.
Right.
And that is the nigga who will come out of his mouth and say something to you like, do you know how to submit? Oh, what do you bring to the table? I want my wife or I want my woman to do the XYZ. And they have all these expectations for women and like how women should look. When nigga, I'm compromising on you. I'm biting the bullet on you.
I don't know. It's just I don't know. And then a lot of people are also pulling in their episode with Poor Minds, where they were on there talking about, they didn't see any baddies in Atlanta. And so they were like, see, this is further evidence that they don't like black women, because Atlanta is the hub of beautiful black women. And how you go down to Atlanta and you don't see no baddie?
Well, I feel like, where was they at?
Right. It depends on where you go in Atlanta. Because all Atlanta
I feel
ain't
like
made
it
equal.
depends on where you go anywhere, to be honest.
That part. That part. Truly. Everywhere got a hood. And a lot of times, especially people from out of the USA, go to places that have been named like in songs, popular places. And a lot of times the popular places be raggedy. Okay? They be run down. It's just the name. That's about it. You going for the name to say that you went. So some of the places they went, because I've been into Atlanta several times.
I might as well live at this point.
Several times over my lifetime. We ain't even talking about in the last couple of years, my lifetime. And let me tell you, Atlanta is not like okay? Like, I mean, there are some beautiful women in Atlanta. Don't get me wrong. There are beautiful women in Atlanta. But I think I can go as far as to say it ain't like you gonna walk up out your front door and a beautiful woman just gonna smack you in the face. That is not how Atlanta is set up. You gotta be going to the pockets to see the type of women that you trying to get, because a lot of times, again, it's some foolishness mixed in there.
Yeah, I mean, that's how we feel about men every day. Join the club, nigga. I feel like you said, it depends on where you're going. The only place I hear like people say they see beautiful women all the time is somewhere like Miami. And honestly, I feel like that has a lot to do with the fact that it's such a mixed culture down there. And so they're not just talking about black women. They talking about
women.
All the girls. Yeah, just like in general. And a lot of the times when it comes to beauty, we're not always number one on everybody's list. Anyways, so if you just like how y'all were talking in y'all little weak ass fucking video. So if you went to Atlanta thinking you was gonna see a whole bunch of Puerto Ricans and all of that, you probably be upset because it's a very black ass city. Right. So that's how I feel about that. But I will say that I think just like culture wise, that the way we look and we carry ourselves as women has changed a lot. Because I don't feel like, and I probably sound like an old broken record on here and an old lady, but I don't feel like Jessica. I mean, whatever, y'all still ain't doing it, so you ain't listening. But I don't feel like I don't feel like we don't carry ourselves well. Like we naked every fucking where we go. Like if we do got BBLs and stuff, it look crazy. It's not like natural looking or like, oh, she has a really nice body. It's like,
no, y'all walk around looking like Erica Banks. Yes, I said it. Because if y'all have seen Erica Banks, I was like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you go let them people do that to you?
Oh my God. Are you okay?
Ass from here to there. Okay. And it don't look good.
It's crazy. So I feel like just the way we carry ourselves, the way we be acting out in public sometimes, I don't think it ain't nothing wrong with an A and a birthday turn up. But we don't always conduct ourselves right all the time. And if we keep it at a book, and if men is who you're trying to date or whoever, men don't find stuff like that attractive all the time. Not in women that they trying to be with long term. People hate to hear that out loud. But the facts are the facts. You know what I'm saying? When it's a lot of old school things that still ring true today. And ain't nobody taking no half-dressed ass girl who's like that all the time. Ain't nobody taking that home to their mama. Yeah. At some point, we have to let our common sense clock in. So, I don't know. I feel like sometimes when I go out of town, I do see people, and they be looking hard as hell.
You look like what
they be looking hard, the frontal.
You look like what you've been through.
Yeah, your frontal sweated out. Your makeup ain't
Frontals
good.
ain't for everybody either, but y'all don't be ready to have that conversation. Everybody ain't meant to wear a
No.
wig. Like wigs ain't for
Your,
everybody.
your
But
lashes long and crunchy. Your stomach hanging out your shirt and just a lot. We tired of bras apparently. We just don't give a fuck about bras. Your titties hanging out your damn shirt. You look a mess. You look a mess. And then you get mad on the internet and be like, why would you say? Because you look a mess.
But I also feel like back
That's
to the
why.
original thing, they don't like black women because it's also very telling when black men get asked the question, "What type of women do you like?" and they say all women. That is a red flag to me. That
No,
lets me know right there.
he asked him, have y'all dated black girls? And I was like, yeah. Have y'all dated white girls? Yeah. Which ones did y'all like the best? That's what he said, some shit like that. And they was like,
Right. Well, whatever. But anytime somebody asks a black person, a black man specifically, that question, and they say all, that let me know who they stand for. Because a black man who ride for black women gonna say he like black women.
I
Okay.
think we really just gotta
Like
stop
John
putting
Boyega did on that Breakfast Club interview. He said, I like Negroes women. I like black African American women, dark skin, black women.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I feel like I'm getting tired of podcasts, and I know we own one right now. So I mean, feel free to comment about what the fuck you think about us. But I'm getting tired of like just stupid narratives in podcasts or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's just stupid to us because it's not like something that we agree with. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I'm just tired of the lame shit. Like, why would you even go on that podcast? And
Exactly.
it's so crazy because just like you said, they used you. You think these people are laughing like ha 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 when they have used your black ass. Now
Yep.
you the one who losing followers and having to go on there and denounce your episode when what are they doing? Getting a whole bunch of views and probably got an influx of more white followers
And
because
let
they
me
love
tell
to
you what
hear
Andrew Schultz not
somebody
about
talk
to
about
do
that.
an apology video.
Exactly. So it's like you just got used. You got hold.
Mm-hmm.
And what you think they say about y'all when you leave? They probably
Exactly.
disinfected the chairs and threw everything away. I don't know why people think like black women like I feel like sometimes like black men and it's not everybody because I don't think that everybody think like this
Right.
at all. But I think sometimes there are black men that have this like superiority complex where it's like when people are talking like that about black women, it's like
Mm-hmm.
like whatever, like oh they don't talk about that with us because they feel like they so desirable because they know like women want them. But it's just
Right.
like that video that went viral where this white girl was with a black guy and he was saying like yeah like I've been trying to talk to white girls before and the white dudes will just like leave her alone and she'll be like talking to a black guy is not like a good sign. And, like it's somebody who grew up white, it's actually like
Mm-hmm.
looked down upon. And he probably almost cheated on himself because it's like they be forgetting that you a nigga. Nobody outside of nigga dumb is happy that you're dating a black person.
But they don't be wanting to hear that. They don't
Oh
be
god.
wanting to hear that. Um.
I feel like
Lastly,
something else.
oh, go ahead.
Oh. I was about to say, I feel like something else that people don't be wanting to hear is Lil Wayne didn't need to do the Super Bowl. He can barely do a fucking interview. What the fuck was he gonna do at the Super Bowl?
Even he has said he don't be remembering his songs.
What was he gonna do?
He was
Okay,
gonna
I'm getting
skateboard
ready
out
to
there.
talk about
He was
what
gonna
was he
he was
gonna
gonna he was
do?
gonna skateboard out there. He was gonna skateboard out there.
What was he gonna? I don't. He ain't never like been a
Ain't no
dynamic.
nothing I'm about, and nothing on daylight, down on the wall, and go and get money, little double man boy. Go
I'm
and get
kind of.
money,
I'm
little
here for
double
that.
man boy.
I'm here for a little like a quick medley or something like how they did 50 Cent. I love it.
Oh
We love a
yeah,
medley,
yeah, but not the whole
um,
show.
but not the whole show.
Now, what could have been lit was if we got a whole entire cash money type situation. But I know that ain't gonna happen because Birdman owed too many people money.
I feel like in things like this, I feel like celebrities have a sense of entitlement. When the like people have been saying, how many times has the Super Bowl been in New Orleans?
It cycles through several
A
times.
bunch of times.
Yeah.
Beyonce did it. She not from New Orleans. In fact, one of the only times that they did a Super Bowl show based off of like where people was from was the Dr. Dre and them show.
Right.
That's it. And that
Yep.
kind of also like commemorated the 50 years of hip hop and all that stuff.
Right.
So that's
Right.
kind of why that happened. So like to feel entitled to do it this year just because it's in New Orleans, you have not earned it. I don't know why people feel like somebody should just be giving
I wouldn't
me
say
something.
Lil Wayne hasn't earned it, but what I
He
will say
has
is Lil Wayne ain't Lil Wayne of yesteryears. He ain't the same
not.
Lil Wayne.
I feel like when you think about the Super Bowl, honestly, besides Dre and them and like Mary J. Blige, not that besides that one, you think about people who are like dynamic performers, like Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Bruno Mars. You had even like U2 and like all of them niggas. These people sell out arenas all the time. That's what they do. They like known for they dancing, the pyrotechnics. Hell, Pink gonna fly in on the damn tightrope and shit.
On the trapeze.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they do. What the fuck is Lil Wayne gonna do?
I told you he gonna skate in on his skateboard. It's gonna be like a skate park.
That's why I feel like, are we thinking? Are we clocked in?
Lil Wayne said he was gonna get up there and hit y'all with that bling bling. Every time you walk around your city, bling bling. I think it could have been lit, but I don't think Lil Wayne is in the space to do it.
I feel like it would have been great, but I don't think he's in the space to do it. And then he has not set himself up to even have those kinds of things happen to him. Like, I feel like the trajectory of your career should be like big like that. Like you should be positioning yourself for that. But you can't just be like, oh, well, I should do it because I'm from New Orleans. So when the last time we ain't never seen you do no cool shit? When? We just love you. We just love your music. Like, I'm not mad at the discography. I think it'll be fine. But one song would be fine, and then you get the hell on. I don't feel like you
not one song would be fine.
I mean, pick one.
Maybe Kendrick could give him a moment.
And you know what? I don't think Kendrick should do shit. Cause y'all done got on here and talk bad about me, and I thought I was real hurt. I thought I wouldn't get him a damn thing. Y'all can keep being hurt.
All I know is in February when Kendrick get up there and say that they're not like us. That shit is going to. They think that shit broke records this year. That shit's about to be disgusting in February.
Yeah,
like the way he gonna turn that out. I actually think people need to give him more credit. The fact that people were saying that Kendrick wasn't ready and he is too young of an artist as far as like his package and his discography, I think that's a lie. And I think that's a cap. I think Kendrick is gonna kill this.
He's a really good performer. Even if you just watch what he did when he performed with Dre and them. To be honest, he had one of the littest little like time slots. He is a fabulous performer. So it's like he has positioned himself. That's something he's been doing even on his tours. His tours are really good. That's something he's been doing. I don't know why people think these folks is gonna invest millions of dollars and make you the headliner of a show, and we have not seen the evidence of what you could do. If that's what you want to do, prove it. But baby, we ain't seen it. And when you get up here and you don't know the words, you drunk, I don't know if you high, you can't talk, you can barely get through a fucking interview. He was about to go to sleep when they asked him about it when he put the damn video out. Why the fuck would these people have invested all this money and put you on stage just because you think you deserve because it's in New Orleans? Child, please. That's crazy.
That probably was them drugs talking, because Like you said,
That
it's been
is
in New Orleans
crazy.
how many times?
That
And
is
now
crazy.
you want to say something? Now you want to say
That's
something? Matter
crazy.
of fact, my thing is, Lil Wayne, you got on the internet talking to us when you know who you should have called, Jay-Z.
Because I guarantee you, if it had been like they picked Taylor Swift, we wouldn't have heard none of this shit.
Hell no.
If they
Hell
had picked
no.
fucking Lady Gaga again or something, we wouldn't have heard none of that.
Nothing.
We wouldn't have heard a peep. So why are you get so mad
Has
because they
Mariah
chose
Carey done the
him?
Super Bowl?
I don't know if she has or not.
Okay.
And that don't mean tag her in for the Star Spangled Banner because she need to work through some things.
Yeah, I don't want her for the Star Spangled Banner, but I would not mind a little halftime if it was
Mariah
done
Carey
right.
don't perform, Albany. What
I
the
know
hell is
she
you talking
don't
about?
dance, but I just want to see her sing, and we can do the rest of the show. We can figure out the rest of the things, but a little Mariah halftime.
I
Walk
feel
by every
like
night, talking sweet and looking. I can see her opening up.
no.
Oh, okay.
No.
Maybe not.
Mariah barely be wanting to walk across the stage at the Grammys. She gonna walk out there at the
She do
damn
better than Tyler. She did better than Tyler trying to hand Hallie her award, talking about some hold this for me. Hallie said, no. Have you seen that video?
I have. But I like how Hallie didn't even move though, because I know like hell you talking to Lil Nas X. He the man
She was
up here.
like, you ain't talking to me.
I like them. She just smiled through it. Bitch.
Don't you know I'm from Atlanta? Don't you know I will turn this place up.
Yeah. But no, I don't
Last
know.
but not least.
Lil Wayne
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. I just
Yeah, Lil Wayne was definitely stretching it with that one. And a lot of y'all is disrespecting the hell out of Kendrick. Kendrick got a discography. He got plenty of songs to do. And as we all know, he ain't gonna just be the only one performing. So I'm sure whoever he brings out, he might bring SZA. Y'all don't see what y'all don't realize. Come on, let me pull y'all in. I know she can't sing, but what I'm saying is Kendrick is a part of TDE. TDE is a label, right? So like they got all these different artists. So you got your Larry Junes and your SZAs and your Doechis and your Baby Keems and all. I'm just saying. So this is gonna be this could be a very dynamic performance. And they said SZA's tour was good. They said it was good. I didn't go, but they said it was good. So I don't know, but just know it's gonna be good.
Let me say these about SZA coming out. Okay.
Don't hurt her, Sharkeisha. No,
don't hurt her. Don't hurt us. Look, Alicia Keys ain't got up from the side of the lunch table. Okay.
no.
Whatever you doing, I need you to practice. Do you hear me? Get your water. I need you to have some room temp water and some good tea. I need you to be on your shit.
I would take her singing over a track. I would not be mad. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad if she gives us more of whatever the little routine.
But if you come out there doing all the little jumping and shit, and you know you're gonna be out of breath because you don't sing like that. Okay, the girls have not gone to the school of Matthew Knowles. Okay, if you know you're gonna do that, have your track on. But if you're gonna stand there and just let your little wind blow. Maybe they like that. Let your look. You know what I'm saying? Give us a little.
Maybe a light 2-step. Maybe.
No, I feel like she could do they could do like the little Black Panther song, and have the wind and give our girl her hair and do that.
You don't think she would do what was that?
Let's keep it simple.
Not the Black Panther song. That's it. She can't give us nothing off the SOS album.
Let's keep it by Kendrick.
Okay.
I seen the little tour clips on TikTok. Okay. Let's try to pick one song and do that right.
I'm excited. I'm gonna be tuned in, as I always am. I'm gonna be tuned in. And I think it's gonna be a really good show because Kendrick, he
I
puts
think he's
together
gonna be
shows well. Because
phenomenal.
that Juneteenth show, 10 out of 10.
I think, and then when he did his thing with Dre and them, he had
Mhm.
Fatima Robinson working with him. I hope
Mhm.
they bring her back because she's fabulous. I love it. I love
Mhm.
when they do very black shit in like white
Mhm.
spaces because I feel like it just inserts us into this like conversation or whatever. I'm interested. I'm
Mhm.
always interested to see who they're gonna have do the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, nothing will bring me more joy. Oh, we have this election. What's gonna happen is we gonna go to them polls. Y'all gonna vote, right? And Kendrick, when he gonna open up that Super Bowl, and what we gonna get is an image of Kamala, our president. Oh, hallelujah! And he gonna be like, "We gonna be all right." Flash Kamala. Woo!
Yeah, I like that.
I
I
can
like.
feel it. I can
Can
feel
we?
it. I can feel it in my
Yeah, I like
spirit.
that.
I can feel it in my
I like
spirit.
that.
And that's how he gonna open up. It's like we gonna be all right. Bow.
Yeah,
We gonna
I
be
like
all
that.
right. Bow.
We can y'all we submitting that for the ideals team. Can we go ahead and what I'm saying? Call us with send us an
I'm
email
just
or
saying,
something.
y'all, this is how you gotta think ahead. Cause we gonna go to the polls. I know we gonna go to the polls, so we gonna get our job done. But think about, if he was to open the show, and don't let her pop out. Don't let her accidentally just happen to maybe show up.
Okay.
Just
I love that. I love that. Who did Fantasia did it last year, right? The Star Spangled Banner.
the start. Yep. Mm-hmm. She did it
Okay,
this
and
year.
I think
So did it.
I think Chris Stapleton did it last year. Now let me tell you something. He sang the hell out of that. I'm not mad. I'm never
We
mad
are
at him.
mad at talent. We never get mad at talent.
He sang the hell out of that song.
We never get mad at talent.
Yeah,
But
he
y'all
did
know
that.
who y'all can leave at the house, Jennifer Hudson. I don't want her to sing nothing else.
Let's calm down. Ooh.
I'm just saying. I'm
It's
gonna
very
be real.
churchy. It's
And then
very
apparently she's
churchy.
coming out with a Christmas album.
It's gonna be a lot of Mary Did You Know on them.
But it ain't even gonna sound the way I want it to. It's gonna be like hollering and churchy, and I don't want to. Mary, did you know? I don't want that. Just sing the song. I don't want you to crescendo all the way up there to the rafters and come back out. Just sing the song. Cause good Lord,
Well, she needs to be
everything
talking
is
to these
not
other
Mary
folks.
had a little lamb. Ugh. Anyways, we're gonna end the show with a little memorial because we have lost a lot of amazing icons and impactful people over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Fat Man Scoop passed away. Beat King passed away. More recently, Rich Homie Quan, who was only 35, passed away. James Earl Jones, woo, the voice of Mufasa himself, has passed away. Frankie Beverly, and if y'all don't know who Frankie Beverly, y'all know who Frankie Beverly is. Okay, Frankie Beverly and Maze. Before I let you go, you didn't heard him. You know him. He passed away, and then this most recent on Sunday was Tito Jackson. And if you don't know who Tito Jackson, he was one of the founding members of the Jackson 5. There would not have been any Jackson 5 if Lil Tito did not sneak and steal his daddy guitar and get beat.
Yeah.
And form the Jackson 5. We would have no Michael. We would have no Janet.
Yes. Yeah.
So rest in peace to all those black men who left an amazing impact on our music industry and have just done so many wonderful things and, made their legacies live on, within us. And a lot of them were young too. So as we were talking about before, make sure y'all go to the doctors, make sure you get checked out, make sure you take advantage of the different healthcare programs and different things that are available to you, because sometimes these things can be, not saying you can prevent death, but you can prevent different illnesses and ailments and different things, and get better treatment and care for the different illnesses that you may, suffer from. And put these hard drugs down.
Man, above all, just take care of yourself. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Prevention is always better than trying to like get rid of something. You know what I'm saying? Or to
Mm-hmm.
work with something. If
Right.
while you're young or while you can get your exercise in,
Mm-hmm.
try to eat healthy most of the time. Drink
Mm-hmm.
water and
Say that
not
one
be
more time.
drink water and not like beer and drinks and stuff all the time. Take you some
Mm-hmm.
supplements. You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself because as much as y'all get on podcasts and talk down and talk bad about black women, we still love y'all crusty ass. We love
Yeah.
y'all. We need y'all. Your kids need you. Your families value you. And so
Mm-hmm.
in valuing you, value your own self.
Yes.
Value your body. You only get one body and it's your temple. It actually is. Take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't say it enough because like B King, Rich Homie Quan, they were so young. Fat Man
Yes.
Scoop was young. Honestly,
Yes.
Frankie Beverly was, I know 70s is like older, but he
Mm-hmm.
could have had another 20 years or so, or
Right. Same thing
18
for
years or
Tito.
so. Yeah. So, we really have to make sure we are making sure our men go to the doctor and that they are taking care of themselves and that they actually listen to the things and the concerns that we might have. Because a lot of things like prostate cancer and stuff like that is 100% preventative.
Right.
You just got to go to the
Mm-hmm.
doctor,
Right.
so we have to beat that stigma. I know black people don't like, we don't like to go to the doctor, but
Mm-hmm.
we have to take care of ourselves. We really
Right.
do.
I agree. Well, make sure y'all follow us on all of our platforms. It's always here at the bottom of the screen throughout the
Hmm?
whole entire episode. It's always linked below it as well. You can follow me on Instagram at the real Abney Ayana and on TikTok at Ayana_Abney225.
Okay, and you can follow me on TikTok at the real underscore let me see, at the real Jessica underscore Monique. Child,
There
one
you
of
go.
them. And then you can follow me on Instagram at the real Jessica Monique. Child, all of it
Mhm.
is, if you find one link, you done found us all. Okay.
Always do.
If you're watching this on YouTube, if you go like actually on our channel, there's a link tree link there, and you can find all of our links and things. If you find us on Instagram, you can find all our links. And so even if you just find a clip, you'll find us.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
thank you guys so much for watching. And just remember to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Really.
And register to vote.
And make sure you go do it.
Yes, please.
Okay. It's getting serious out here.
They eating the cats and dogs.
Oh, the dog.
Oh, not the cats. The dogs. Not the cats. Not the
Yeah.
dogs.
He said they is going to the park and taking the geese out the water.
Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Have you seen that?
I have.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Ain't cuff, get your tits sucked in my makeup, face fuck, get your bake up. Fake blood, fake tough niggas, dicks up, get your six up for the motherfucking princess. Rates up, jigs up, put your dicks up, get your dicks up, put your motherfucking sticks up. They suck, that's tough, nigga, pay up, get your rates up for the motherfucking princess.